And we're live. Yupper noodles. Yup. Yup. Oh my god, I need to do my nails, but I don't feel like it. Needs to be a little bit louder. Let's get it a little bit louder. Come with me on an adventure. LOLs. We're gonna get a thingamajiggy to get it louder. And we're gonna really jam. Let's get a pot. A pot ought to do it. Good old pot. Let's see here. Get this. We'll get this going. It's probably gonna be a while to anyone. Yeah, that's pretty good. What about? No, it's not big enough. I think the pot's pretty good. I would say the pot is just about right. The pot. We got a pot here. We got a pot. Yeah, we got a pot. Let's see. That ought to do it. We'll give it a go. Oh, you know what? Incense sounds really nice. That would chipper me on back up. Maybe some incense. I think that would be a nice start to the morning. We're going to talk about some heavy topics later, but not until we jam first. We're going to jam. We gonna jam. You know what I'm saying? Jam away. We gonna jam. We gonna jam. Jam away. We're gonna jam away. Jam. There's not much battery left on my laptop. I only have an hour and 20 minutes left. Sheesh. All right, well, make it worth it, I guess. Okay, yeah, incense. Okay. I look the exact same as when I was like 5 years old. minus the breast. My hair, this is exactly how my hair was when I was a little girl. Cuando era niña. This will smell good. This will be a nice little start to the day. We gonna jam away, you guys. We gonna jam away. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. This will be kind of a vibe. The reason we're starting so early is because I woke up at midnight. I've been awake since midnight. It's been kind of hellish, to be honest with you. It's because I have so much anxiety. I have anxiety about moving out. And I'm just so ready to move out. But I have no idea where I'm going. So I'm also stressed out about that, but also gotta have faith. So who cares? I care. But like, I'm not stressing, you know? I'm not gonna stress. God's got a plan. I figured we can have a good old jam sesh. Sounds pretty good. Incense. Yeah. Oh yeah, we gonna vibe. I prayed and asked God to help me with irritability because I feel so irritable. Because I'm so sick of dealing with like psychopaths and narcissists and stuff. And I'm so sick of like people, energy vampires. I'm so sick of that shit. So I'm gonna get my energy back. I'm getting my energy back. We gonna jam. And this is called Beach Beats by DJ Dim Sum. I kind of don't know if I want to play. Do I want to play? Okay, Beach Beats DJ Dim Sum. And we do have a word, and I do believe it's going to be a good word. I'm just like, wow, you know. I think I only got like 2 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep. I woke up at midnight. I woke up at 11:59, and as soon as I checked the time, it switched to midnight, and I was like, what is that supposed to mean? But it's all good. It's all good. I'm just going to try and stay positive until the next mofo comes around and like sees me all happy and then tries to steal my joy, and I'll be like, there it is again. So I'll be happy for now. I'm happy for now. I'm not going to let anyone steal my joy or peace. Even though there's so many psychopaths, perverts, narcissists, energy vampires. All right, incense. My coffee tastes like shit. Coffee tastes like shit. Better than no coffee. But it's literally, it tastes like shit. It's not even coffee. It's like watered down caffeine. Like, I'm just stressed out. It's fine. It's fine. I have to move today. That's stressful. No wonder. Yeah, and I like got like 27 minutes of sleep or some shit. Sun's coming out. Yay! I'm going to start my own energy. I'm going to make my own positive day because I'm a rock star. Yeah! Can't wait to walk out this door and never come the fuck back here. I'm so ready to get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, but New York's a shithole. It's a shithole. It's a shithole. Literally, there's shit throughout the entire city in one big shithole. And then everyone's talking shit to each other, and we're all watching our step to not step in shit. New York City's a shithole. This incense is helping. I might get another cup of coffee, or make my own coffee. tastes like shit. I'm so sick of bodega coffee. I want real coffee. I'm gonna make my own coffee. Oh my god. What's up? Okay. Crazy bird. be a good day. All right. I may have only gotten like half an hour of sleep or 3 hours of sleep, but it's going to be a good day. It's going to be an amazing day. Because I have the power of fear to make it so. So get your coffee. I can't see. I see that somebody's saying something. I can't see. What's good? It's going to be a good day. And get your coffee. Don't get it from the shitty bodega, but get your coffee. Perfectivo. 333. Why does I look at the clock? 1G. vibe, but I'm not like really feeling it. I don't know. It's good, but that was DJ Dims at Beach Beats. So let's do this one's called Release, and so whatever you need. Ow, mother. Okay. Whatever you need to let go of, tune it into this and just vibe. This is much more, I should have started with this, I think. I wanted to give the other one a try, but this one's much more like... Yeah, this is much more better. This is much more like it. I'm going to try and smile and see if that changes my mood, changes positive mood. I'm just going to smile and pretend like I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I totally got 8 hours of sleep. Totally got 8 hours. Wow, that was a real asshole move. The way people drive in this city is appalling. They just cut off a school bus. School buses in the morning makes it so annoying. It's fine. I'm just gonna be annoyed today, I think, because I'm stressed the fuck out. I have to move and I don't know where the fuck I'm moving to. attention. I'm in a good mood. Yeah, I'm in a great mood. I'm gonna have a great day, despite all the vampires around me. Despite the sleep, I did not get sleep. I'm gonna smile, pretend like I got sleep. It's fine. I'll live. You know, I'll sleep tonight. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Despite all the, I'm gonna have a good day. Maybe I won't have a good day. You never know. Whoa, there's a cool bug right here. Damn, you look cool, little dude. I don't even know what kind of bug that is. Maybe it likes the bongos. That's so cute. A bug's hanging out with me. Aww, that's kind of sweet. It's a really cool looking bug. It has like bright orange eyes. That's so cute. Maybe it likes the bongos. Aww. Okay, the breeze feels great. The breeze feels great. Oh my god, this bug is so cute. Wow. to fall asleep like out here. Well, that was some good fun. This coffee tastes like shit. I'm so sick of shitty fucking coffee. I shouldn't complain, but like, it's such shit coffee for $2. $2. But I didn't want to like buy a whole thing of coffee because I'm moving out today, so that would be like, you know, not gonna like make my own coffee for today. I think I'll be in a better mood once I just get the fuck out of here. I like really want to get the fuck out of here. It takes more energy to be in a bad mood. It takes more energy to be in a bad mood. So just because I got poor sleep doesn't mean that I can't try to at least be in a good mood. Think about the positives. Think about the positives. I'm out of here today. I won't ever have to come back here to this shithole. Yeah. All right, I'm going to focus on that. I think I just feel like, yeah. It takes more energy to be in a bad mood. So I'm going to try. Excuse me. Boo. Fuck the police. Boo. No, but for real though, fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Suck my dick. Fuck the police. still keep going here. Trying not to let the lack of sleep get to me, but it kind of is. Also trying not to let all the... I hate it when people give me their negative energy, dude. Shit's so fucked. But that's what the video is going to be about. It's not going to be like super fun to talk about, but we got to do it. We got to do it. We got to expose the narcs, man. I thought it was pretty funny how I like texted my parents throughout the night, and then I sent them a video of me brushing my teeth, and I was like, miss you, love you. Like, don't have any other friends to text. And that makes me feel great, you know? It does. Yes. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to blow up. I am going to attract positive interactions, and I get along easily with others. I will find the right job that fits my talents and energies. I will find the right spouse when it is the right time who will love me unconditionally. And I have faith, and God has a plan to prosper me and to give me a hope and a future, not to harm me. I am a positive, adaptable, flexible gal who is optimistic about her abilities. I am capable of overcoming other people's I'm capable of overcoming a pessimistic momentary mindset. I am capable of overcoming a pessimistic temporary mindset. I am eternal optimist, and I am going to take charge of my day, and I'm not going to let anyone take a perfectly good day away from me. I am a capable, flexible, adaptable gal, optimistic about her capabilities to be productive today, and that's all I need to focus on. That's all I need to focus on. That's all I need to focus on, yeah. Yeah. Shaman. We's gonna jam now. We's gonna jam. That was some bongos. It's hard for me to, like, get into the bongos this morning for some reason. I didn't get any sleep. That's probably why. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I'll get sleep when I'm dead or something. Let's see how much battery I have left. I don't have that much battery left. 6%. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, okay. Shit. All right. That's fine. That went by way faster than I thought. But maybe that's good. Maybe, like, you know, maybe I had a lot more fun than I realized, and time went by really fast. But we can just get into the word. Let me hook it up to the, I was going to play some music, like, with my guitar, but, there we go. Plug it in. There we go. Okay. So the first 15 minutes of this, was basically me in a bad mood. That's hilarious. Okay. Well, that's, can't be perfect every day. I thought I kept, yeah, here it is. So, yeah. Well, let's just move this on over to, I guess, the dining room. Tried to get into the bongos, and I tried to, I feel a little bit better. That's good. Can't be happy every day. Can't be, no one cares really if you're, we have to let go of the idea of perfectionism. But let's plug this bad boy in. I'm glad I checked my laptop right in time. I'm not stoked about this specific topic because it's kind of heavy and it hits home. It's like the whole reason I'm leaving this apartment is because I feel unsafe here and I have nothing left to hide. So I'm going to expose the behavior and experiences I've had while living here. But basically, I've been gang stalked heavily while I've been living here. And it's you can look it up. It's about targeted individuals, and a lot of people who will come against a certain individual. It's demonic, and it's heavily reliant upon those people having narcissistic spirits in them and operating in them. And so it's all about pride and ego, and narcissism is the God sees it as like one of the biggest sins, or one of the most ungodly ways to live your life, because it's all about making yourself a god. When you're a narcissist, it's like you believe you are playing God in other people's lives, and it's all about control, and it's all about pride and ego and needing praise constantly. So, for example, if I wasn't giving my roommate like enough attention or something like that, or I was just like in really high vibes, then he would always just like, so basically I've been like in this power tripping situationship for the past however long I've been living here, 2 years. And I literally have nothing left to lose because I'm moving out today. So I'm speaking my truth. I know I will receive some type of whiplash from this and repercussion of speaking the truth, but so be it. I refuse to suffer anymore in silence over living with a demonic, narcissistic person who is on the same team as like everyone, because the upstairs neighbors and the downstairs neighbors, and it's all about weird timing and being targeted at exits and stuff. And if you go onto my YouTube on my channel, you'll see that there's a video about ways to know if you're on a federal watch list. And so I have successfully overcome an entire city coming up against me, including the police force, and I've successfully overcome all of my technology being hacked and continuing to be unstoppable and speak my truth. Where do I even start, though? So I would say it's all about replacing their miserable energy with your precious good energy. So if there's a narcissist in your life, then you'll kind of start to pick up on different signs where if they're not getting enough attention, they'll like find ways to get attention from you in like negative ways. And so the crux of covert sadism, or the crux of covert narcissism. And I know it's like 8 a.m. in the morning and it's early for this. I know. I'm like, I didn't sleep. So yeah, I know. I've been awake since midnight. It's been awful. Just anxiety, like packing. And then I think I'm going to keep a good head on my shoulders. Everything's going to be okay. But yeah, the reason I'm moving out of here is because I'm consistently monitored in this apartment. So there's cameras here watching my every move, and people in cars and outside the apartment, and honking and stuff, and noise campaigns. And this place is just no longer a safe place for me to continue to live, because I realized that my roommate and who I live with pretends to care for me and pretends to be a good man, but really is all the way bad. And it just was a very dangerous game I was playing ever since I've been living here, because my self-esteem has been on the line. Any chance that he gets, he will try to knock down my self-esteem or sabotage important meetings or interviews that I have by deliberately making me late. and always coming up with some weird little like excuse or reasoning as to why like something can't be done, but really it can be, or like I have to like work extra hard just to like prove myself, or it's like weird. There's a lot of specific examples that are coming to mind, but I want to try and stay focused and not to get too carried away. We are plugged into the laptop, so that's good. But yeah, I'm moving out of here because I refuse to continue to be a target, and that's what it feels like. That is what's going. I know for a fact that's what's happening while I'm here, and it's just time to move on. I've ascended past this point. I've evolved past living here, and I feel somewhere else drawing me somewhere else. And I don't know exactly where that is, but I have to get the fuck out of here. My intuition is telling me that if I continue to stay, it'll be the death of my spirituality, and it'll be very, very, very detrimental to my mental health and self-esteem. So while I don't specifically know where to go, I just know that this isn't it, and I have to take the leap of faith because God's been telling me to get on out of Dodge. So it's a really dangerous thing to trust somebody who you think is like good for you or thinks that somebody has your back. But there are a lot of fake people who pretend to be your friend because they see the value in you, but they will never actually want to see you win. Instead, they work behind the scenes, talk bad about you behind your back as soon as you leave the room, but are all smiles and giggles right to your face. Another word for this can be covert narcissism. And this isn't like the most dangerous form of narcissism because they're so sneaky and can stay subtly undetected for like years. And that's what's so dangerous because you develop a really, really strong faux trust with them, pseudo trust with them. So if my, so I have a couple of Bible verses. I just saw that. But one thing that narcissists hate and covert narcissists hate is exposure. So for example, I would start to speak my truth with my therapist. And then I would suddenly get a phone call from my roommate. He's not my roommate anymore, thank God. So the person I was living with while I'm moving out of here today, getting the fuck out of this shithole. And he would like intervene on my phone calls right as I was telling my therapist about how there was like power tripping going on, or something that he said was how I wasn't feeling safe, or there was some sort of I was like explaining something about his bad behavior, and then he would call me in the middle of that. So that was proof that my phone was tapped and that he was listening to my phone calls. And then I started to get the sense that I was being watched every time I was in the kitchen. I felt pretty obvious and clear signs. And so I put up these curtains so that I could cook in private. And as soon as I did that, he like all of a sudden showed back up at home. And like, he'd always be like, oh, I had fare in the Bronx, because he's a taxi driver. He's like, oh, I had fare in the Bronx. So I was like, okay, like, and it just was, and then I'd like becoming, and then it just like, but it didn't make any sense, you know, like just coming, it was like, and it started, like the timing was starting to get way off. And you'll start to notice, like if you're being monitored, the timing of when people show up, it's too uncanny. Like you're being watched. It's too obvious. Like the downstairs neighbor always like this morning was pretending to tie his shoe, and then like was like bent over, and then like he's always outside right at the time that I'm leaving, and then he'll be like, oh, by the way, I didn't mean to like offend you about what I said about your hair the other day. And I'm like, how, like, and like I would come down to the lobby, and when you're gang stalk on a targeted individual, every single movement of yours is being watched. And they want to tire you out. It's the enemy working through other people to tire you out. And that's the whole point of the enemies, that he's hoping to tire you out as a target by working through other people. And so I would always be attacked in the elevator by neighbors, not like physically, but like at like entry and exit points. Like, and it's just very obvious with the timing. It's like, I just put up the curtains and then all of a sudden you're home, and little things like that. It's an uncanny timing thing where they're like clearly watching every single move. And then I don't know how he had some of this information, but I never told anybody about how I got this scar on my arm. And that's why I have a tattoo over this, because there's a big scar. And everyone assumed it was self-harm, but it was abuse. And he knew about that. My roommate knew about that. I was like, how did you know about that? And he said something about your ex-boyfriend. And I was like, I haven't told a soul about that. And so there's ways of people being able to monitor your moves and and that happened like years ago. That happened like in 2021. And so there's ways of gang stalkers and people who target individuals, it's called TIs, have ways of monitoring your every single move. And it's a way to exacerbate your anxiety and exacerbate your central nervous system so that you can't bring yourself to make a sound decision. A lot of people that are oppressed under this type of organized crime called gang stalking or targeted individuals will become so fed up with the tactics and the strategies that it often leads them to impulsive and destructive self-destructive behavior. And unfortunately, a lot of people cannot take the torment that gang stalkers and targeted TIs go through. And so what their hope is that they drive us crazy enough to the point where we self-delete. They can send the government, when they want to take somebody out who feels they feel like this person is very powerful, the government will be able to send monitoring flies that are little spies, and you'll find that there's a lot more like flies in your house. You'll find more like all your technology is hacked, your phone calls are tapped. You'll see a lot more police officers following you and doing little beep, 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 like as they pass the house. Noise campaigns. There'll be a whole smear campaign against you of slander. But what's most like the key signs that you can decide in your life if there's anyone who's an actual covert narc or covert sadist in your life is like you'll see the signs when literally they're not satisfied. Like this type of enemy is this type of person literally isn't satisfied until they've successfully transferred their negative energies onto you. And then they can see that they've riled you up, and then they start to feel a little bit better. And so, yeah, it's pretty effed up. I do believe that this was a part of my training. So I grew stronger and developed character. And now I know how to spot this type of behavior 10 miles away. I wish I didn't have to deal with so many like psychopaths like in the last little bit. Because yeah, so it does start to make it harder to like trust anybody. But you'll notice that narcs and people who are operating as sadists enjoy initiating humiliation. And they'll always play this power trip where they're asking you a bunch of questions, and they never give out any information. It's all about control. And it's all about putting fear into you and taking digs at your self-esteem. So it's demonic because every time that I start to feel good and in a high vibration, he just like pops back up at home. And like, I'm out of here fucking today because I am done with this shit and done being treated like a little puppet that they can mess my strings and play with my emotions and treat me like a sitting duck. And I refuse to be a sitting duck. God has a plan for me elsewhere. And there was one time I was doing art on the windowsill and on the fire escape, and then he like randomly shows up because I'm in a high vibe, and that's how it always works. If you're dealing with demonic people, energy vampires want to drain your life force out of you. So anytime that you get in a good mood, that's when they pop up and try and bring you back down. But they literally, what a covert narc will try and feed is that you need them. It's just not the case. You're already full of high energy and positive vibes. So rather, in fact, sweet, gorgeous gal, beautiful, gentle, handsome man, whoever's on the other side of the screen, whenever you're catching this, they actually, if you're dealing with a covert narc or sadist in your life, the truth of the matter is they need you. They're already empty on their tank of human emotions. They actually only imitate human emotions. They do not know what human emotions are. People who are like this, it's developed over a time of childhood trauma, and it's learned behavior to gain control when they never had any over themselves. And it's also a form of persistent neglect to self-love. If you think about it, somebody who's constantly going out of their way to take your energy, do you think that person knows how to pour into themselves? No siree. That's right, baby. You got the answer correctamundo. This type of person who is a covert narc, if you're dealing with one in your life, this type of person who is a covert sadist, if you're dealing one with your life, they absolutely need your positive energy. And that's why we call them energy vampires. They absolutely need you in order to just, they get their kicks and their rocks off. What am I saying? They get their rocks kicked. They get their kicks around. I haven't slept that much. They totally get their kicks off of like upsetting you. And like that's kind of like, imagine like an empty gas tank and then the covert narc in your life, like you're like they drive up and then they're like, oh, go ahead and like fill it up with regular. And by doing that, it's like the exact equivalent of them just coming around and saying some little dig at you. Like when I was one time like doing art on the fire escape and he came around and he was like, oh, like, are you going to take the job or are you just going to keep doing nothing and sitting around? And then I was like, I'm not doing nothing. Like I'm doing art and it's what fulfills me and brings me joy. And it's actually what's going to make me very rich one day. So they'll just like come around and try and lower your high vibes. Obviously, that's what energy vampires do. But we can look at it as Christians and as chosen ones specifically with compassion. We can turn the other cheek when we're dealing with this, because it comes from a place of childhood wounds where they weren't given all of the right needs and attention as a child, and therefore as an adult it manifests as them trying to control everyone else in their life. And it's a sad thing that manifests that way. But if you think about it, a kid who didn't get enough attention or love, that turns into a dark place as an adult. And the need to continue to bring others down just to feel good is a manifestation of what they were replicated and modeled to as a youngin'. So like I said, as Christians and chosen ones, we can look at this with a compassionate mindset, and that's what we absolutely need to do in order to overcome this insanity. If you've ever dealt with an energy vampire, it is the most exhausting, draining thing in the world. I so totally look forward to not being in an abusive relationship for the rest of my life, because all of my 20s, I've literally been in an abusive relationship of one form or another. And that's sad. That's sad. It's just sad. But I realize it. I'm still 28, so maybe not all the 20s, but I've let a lot of men mistreat me, and I've put up with way too much breadcrumbing and flat words and breadcrumbing. Did I say breadcrumbing? From men, or just mistreatment, or not being appreciated, sticking around, or I know every woman knows about how this feels. And so I'm taking my power back now that I have the knowledge of what was going on. I genuinely thought he was for me, and I thought that we were homies. But there have been a couple of incidences where it was just plain as day. I found evidence that it was not the case. And so if you're dealing with this type of person, you'll see that they just plainly enjoy seeing other people in pain. But they will never say this, and it's all covert, right? Because that would be too obvious. And they'll secretly pray for your downfall, but like tell you to your face, like, these are just fake people. This is just energy vampires. This is another way to tell too, is like, if one's in your life, it's like they never take accountability. And in fact, they're so uncomfortable with the fact of taking accountability for themselves that they will constantly shift blame onto you. And so if you've dealt with this type of person before, then you know the uncomfortable experience or feeling of being blamed for standing up for yourself, or being blamed for responding to injustice that they embroiled you into. Maddening, infuriating, I know. And so the hopes of this video is, yes, I do have verses to get to, and do forgive me for the first little morning grumpies I had on the fire escape. I was trying to get into a good attitude and good vibe. I had my good energy stolen from me last night by the energy vampire that is no longer my roommate after I move out today. And he just like did his random little weird show up thing, and then I'm so over like having my energy just being stolen from me. And so I wasn't able to sleep because I was so annoyed that he always pretends and plays dumb. And he's like, oh, I thought you were moving out. But like, I know he has literally a camera and is watching me like right now. And it's like installed in the house, and it's very obvious that I'm being monitored and documented all the time. And so it just made me mad that he continues to play dumb. And just, that's another sign too, that you can tell if there's a covert narc in your life or covert sadist in your life, is if they play dumb, and like they really, like, it's sad too. It's like, it gets sad. And that's why I keep coming back to why we need to view this with a compassionate mindset, is because they literally begin to believe their own lies. They become delusional, and narcs are delusional. They believe that they can play God in other people's lives and control others like puppet masketeers. And that's what they will try and do. And that's the only method and strategy they know to bring them any type of emotional fulfillment that fills that void. And it will never fill that void because it's not genuine, authentic feelings, or like a, like substantial exchange of emotional intimacy with another person. It's just constantly stealing somebody else's good energy by, throwing stones at them and knocking down their self-esteem, or just little comments that are backhanded and any attempt to control the other person. And so if you've ever dealt with this type of energy, you know how draining and exhausting and infuriating it is and how unjust it is. So without further ado, those are a couple of signs you can tell if one is in your life. However, we have hope when it comes to dealing with such demonic entities that are in the form of humans, energy vampires, covert narcs, covert sadists, and God deals with them. You know, our enemies are dealt with, and never have fear when it comes to what looks like a formidable enemy, because remember that God is stronger than any of these enemies that ever come up against us. Okay. So we have a couple Bible verses to get to, and then that's the vid. And I'm glad we hung out, and we tackled a topic that was, you know, it's heavy, and now you guys know why I'm moving out, and I saved it till the very last day because obviously there'd be some like crazy whiplash if I were to continue to stay here. It wouldn't be safe. That's why I keep saying it's not safe to stay here. But it really disgusts me and makes my skin crawl that I've been under this like thumb for the past 2 years. I feel like I've been under this oppressive thumb of a man who's pretending to be on my side, but really he's working overtime to bring me down, and has tried to take a toll on my self-esteem and my mental health, and is obsessed with watching my every single move, and like says he's going to work, but then like, why do I see your car parked 3 blocks away? You said you're at work and you're parked 3 blocks away. Why do I see your car? Literally, he's staking me out, and he's obsessed with me. These are really dangerous people, and I cannot believe that I'm safely exiting today because of how much oppression I've survived the past 2 years living here. Glory to God for getting me through this wilderness season. Glory to God, Yeshua. Thank you so much, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. And so when we look at this with compassion and realize that God has a handle on our enemies, even the ones that look formidable, he's the one who's overcome the world. And, you know, this is a little bit of what he has to say about the spirit of narcissism, and it has to do with pride and ego. So in Proverbs 8:13, to fear the Lord is to hate evil. I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior, and perverse speech. The reflection. This establishes a direct link between godly wisdom and the rejection of pride, suggesting that true wisdom involves humility and integrity. So evil and pride and arrogance go hand in hand with control. And those who fear the Lord are not going to be trying to control others. They're going to be of a humble spirit and heart. And so we can just kind of see here that pride and arrogance is what drives the covert narc, the covert sadist, or even just a narc. And then Isaiah 2:11, the eyes of the arrogant will be humbled and human pride brought low. The Lord alone will be exalted in that day. So every enemy has their day that they will answer to their actions, and their, they will reap what they sow, and the Lord alone will be exalted in that day because Jehovah laughs. He knows the enemy's last day, and the enemy will fall into their own trap they set for us. So even though it seems, if you're dealing with a covert narc or a covert sadist, it's like 8:20 in the morning and I'm going hard on this topic. It's because I want to get the fuck out of this apartment and never come back. And is that it is about arrogance and pride. And so they will have their, the universe will always repay whatever a person does or says or puts out into the universe. And if it's negative, they will reap what's negative. If they've sowed negativity, if they sowed slander, and if they've tried to make you financially deprived or reduced or limited, that is what they will experience. God is a very just God and does not play about his children. And so they will see their day. And Isaiah 2:11, the eyes of the arrogant will be humbled and human pride brought low. The Lord alone will be exalted in that day. And then James 4:6. But he gives us more grace. That is why scripture says God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. So anytime that we're up against an enemy or, say a bully or that type of energy vampire, covert narc, covert sadist, it seems as though sometimes the best response is to fight back with the same energy that they're giving you. But us as Christians really have to remind ourselves to turn the other cheek and know that the meek will inherit the earth. And God will bless you for keeping your temper, and even in the midst of severe injustice, because God will repay. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay. And so, that's certainly hard to keep in mind in the moment. I know I've faltered in keeping that in mind in the moment, and lashed out impulsively if somebody was coming at me disrespectfully, or trying to just steal my good energy, like energy vampires do. Say little things here and there. It's just, you can it's who said this? I think it's like talking to a brick wall. Somebody said that on YouTube. Yeah. It's like arguing with a brick wall, like these type of narcs dealing with this type of covert sadists, because everything is just negative. They have no tank of their own self-esteem. They have to consistently make digs at others and initiate humiliation just to feel a little ounce of not even joy, but normalcy. It's really sad because it comes from a childhood wound. And that's why I keep bringing us back to reminding why it's so important to view this type of person with compassion and let God handle them, and just avoid this type of person at all costs. Don't live with them for 2 years as your roommate. It's done. I'm getting out before anything gets worse. And I'm speaking my truth and standing in my power all the way. And then we have, let's see here, I think a couple more. Proverbs 29:23. One's pride will bring him low, but he who is lowly in spirit will obtain honor. So, right. Like I said, if we continue to turn the other cheek, God sees how you respond with grace and poise, and he will reward you for that in the midst of how challenging he knows it is to not retaliate with spiteful energy, because it's so easy to, my ankle, mother. Okay. I just popped it or something. I don't know. Those who are able to maintain their grace and poise and dignity, and not let them get the best of you when they come at you with attacks or comments that are underhanded and whatnot. There's all kinds of tactics, shifting the blame, scapegoating, anything to scrutinize and criticize you is what a covert narc will do. Dismiss your accomplishments and heighten and exaggerate your shortcomings. It's an evil form of sucking literally your life force away minute by minute anytime you spend with them. And that's why it's best to avoid this type of person at all costs. However, God will reward those with honor. who is meek, meek will inherit the earth. And that's what I believe is saying here in Proverbs 29:23. But he who is lowly in spirit will obtain honor. And just remember that anyone who's acting in the spirit of arrogance, pride, and ego, they're not going to be up there forever. They can't. It's not sustainable. They're trying to play God. How long do you think that's going to last when there's actually God who sees all of it? You know what I'm saying? So don't fear this type of person. Just be knowledgeable enough to know what's going on and keep yourself safe. I'm trying to find the one last verse that was the pride is before the fall. Oh, I guess it was the first one that we did. But yeah, Proverbs 16:18, pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. So you've all heard that, the pride before the fall. And that's exactly right. God will God will put people on their ass who think that they're all that in a bag of chips. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it. God's humbled me when I was getting a little mouthy or haughty in spirit and thought I was all that in a bag of chips. My ankle really, wow. I don't know what I just did. I heard a pop though. It's like probably not good, but I'll ice it and I'll be fine. And so, yeah, have no fear over this type of enemy, because God will always ensure that he will handle your enemies. He sees all that they do against you, even if it seems like they're getting away with it. Their downfall will come if they continue to ignore God's warnings about coming up against you. And pride, this verse is warning us about how dangerous pride can be, because pride is the pseudo path to believing that a human is capable of being their own demigod in their life. And it gets even more dangerous when this type of person with this much pride thinks that they can control other people's lives. And this is where it starts to become really messy and darn near irreparable for this person's spirit, because they're literally letting their pride and ego fill their hearts, and then needing to lash out at others or take digs at others or try and control others just to feel not even happy, but an ounce of normalcy. And think about how unsustainable that is over an amount of time. If you even try and confront them, they'll scapegoat or shift the blame onto you. And it's such a dangerous thing to let your pride and ego rule your decisions and your actions in life. Pride goes before destruction. I know. I've caught myself a couple of times thinking that everything was going to be fine and made some decisions out of pride. And I totally got put on my ass, literally. But God doesn't discipline, if he doesn't really love you and want to see you win and see you improve. Don't fear this type of person. We are children of God. This warfare, this type of quote unquote formidable enemy coming up against you, potentially, if any of these signs, resonate with you, or this type of person you've dealt with an energy vampire before, they will see Jehovah laughs, because he knows their last day. And we can learn a lot from our enemies. They keep us on our toes. We love our enemies. We pray for our enemies. This is just a video on how to, kind of spot one in your life. And then it's also holding my whole situation and scenario accountable and speaking my truth and standing my ground as to why I'm moving out of this apartment, because I've been dealing with this type of energy for too long, about 2 years now. So that's my liberation. That's my moment of truth. I'll definitely pay for this later in some way or another, but it's worth it for the whole world to know that covert narcs are extremely dangerous, and they're very good at pretending to be your friend and very good at saying fake sentiments like, I want you to win, I have your back, I want to see you happy, whatever makes you happy. Watch out for these sentiments, and if they don't match actions, or if they do match actions, but you feel like there's maybe something more to it, pay attention to your intuition, and God will always guide us to listen and heed to the intuition. It's likely the Holy Spirit operating in you, warning you of danger. And so these people are very dangerous. Covert narcs are the most dangerous out of narcissists because they're so subtle, and they lay low for a long time because they want to they never want to get their cover blown, and they never want you to know that they despise you and that they're working behind your back and talking behind your back to bring your destruction. All the while, if they pretend to be your friends, that's how they continue to gain what about you? If they're your friend, are you opening up to them? If you're, really thinking that they're your friend, what are they gaining from you? Are you talking to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're kind of thinking along the lines of information, you're exactly right. People will play the guise of a confidant, as a colleague, as a peer, so they can have access to your spirit and be the one in control of when to, like a puppet masteteer, when to push you back down and when they want to bring you back up. But it's all a fake sentiment just to keep you in their control, and under their thumb. It's a very dangerous type of person, and these are some of the signs to watch out for if they're in your life. Okay. Well, guys, I guess that's just about it. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for rocking. We got great things happening today. It's 8:30 in the morning, and I'm very excited about this next chapter. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know God's got me. He didn't take me this far just to desert me or abandon me. He totally has a plan for me, to prosper me, not to harm me. And I'm going to trust him with my whole mind, body, and spirit with this next move I make. And I can't wait to post and let you guys know what happens. So, love you. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay chosen.